Welcome to Stone and Star Art Studio. Today we are doing the third piece in our floral collection called Falling Flowers. This is a really gorgeous piece and I hope you have fun painting it. I know I had fun. And all you need is a pencil, paper, pen, and maybe some watercolors. So for this piece we're going to be sketching out a lot of flowers. So it's kind of like an upside down triangle that's very soft. And we'll do a lot of these flowers all over the paper and add in some stems and some little rosebuds and leaves.
Don't know what's wrong, something isn't right.
After you have some triangle flowers spread out on the paper in different sizes, add some stems and try not to make them too straight. Just kind of gently curve them like someone threw a bouquet in the air and they're just falling down. Now I'm just going back in and adding some little rosebuds. So it's kind of like a little oval, and I'm just putting them randomly along the stems to sort of fill the space a little bit. Next, go back to those little rosebuds and just add in stems, either connecting to the larger flower stems, or you can just make them have their own stems. Now you can go back in, especially on those larger flowers, and add in some of our petals. So they're just kind of these smooth curving lines that go to the center where the stem starts. On these rosebuds, instead of doing vertical lines, you're going to do some kind of crisscross lines to show that the petals are all closed up. Then go back in and on those petals, just kind of make the tops a little bit jagged. I like to add little cuts in because it makes it look more natural and real. The last thing we need to do on our sketch is to kind of fill the space a little bit with those long skinny flowers. So we've drawn these before and you can add in the center line if you want, or you can just kind of leave them the way they are. So you're just trying to find some balance in the space by adding them in. After all your rosebuds are anchored with a stem, I'm just going back through and adding in those skinny little leaves and lengthening some of the stems to fill the space properly.
Don't know what's wrong.
Next, it's time to ink. So wherever we have big flowers, I'm just doing some long vertical lines. Some of them have a pear right next to it, to kind of give it some smooth texture. I start out by inking the blooms first, kind of in the same order that we did the sketch, so that it's easier to see, and I make sure I don't overlap anything that shouldn't be overlapped.
Not on my own, but I feel it sometimes. Wondering what should is gone and love's taken flight. Things just feel heavy tonight.
Once everything is completely dry, go back and erase your pencil. Time to start our watercolor. So I like to keep my watercolors simple. I leave our light source at the very top of the paper and leave some blank white spots at the top of the flowers to show that light source. You can use whatever colors you're comfortable with. These are my 3 favorite colors to use. I like to use a magenta purple, a blue, and a mixture of blue and black. After the flowers have their first layer of pink, and ideally before they dry, add in some blue and it'll mix in nicely and make a really pretty indigo. So this is the beginning of the shading.
Not on my own, but I feel it sometimes. Wondering what should I do? For reasons unknown, I don't need to decide. It's true that I don't have a clue. I'm tasting no tears, not fighting no fears. Still there's
Once all the flowers and rosebuds are done, I like to come back with that blue-black color with a lot of water so that it stays pretty transparent. And just go back in and kind of line them. They don't have to be completely filled, and it's okay if they go outside the lines. I know I did. And then I also go over the stem just a little bit. So I choose this color because I want it to be sort of a backdrop to the bright, pretty florals. After our stems and leaves are done, I like to come back in with our darker color and just give a little bit more shadow to our flowers. Of course, this is all optional.
love's taken flight. Things just feel heavy tonight. Things just feel heavy tonight.
And here's the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have a final product you're proud of, I would love for you to tag me on Instagram at Art by Isla. This was the 3rd piece in our floral series, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe so you can be ready when I release my next series. Thanks for watching!